So you've heard in the news that gas prices are going back up. How bad is it actually going to be for us when it comes to getting out here and doing our food delivery? Is it going to get back up above $5 like it was, 3 months ago, or what are we facing here? My name is John McFall, and I want to welcome you to the McFallRI channel, where I teach you how to make $25 to $30 an hour doing food delivery. You might have been seeing in the news that the gas prices are going back up, and today I kind of wanted to talk to you about what's happening and to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking forward to and give you a couple of things that you might be able to do to help reduce your overall expenses for gas. If you get value out of today's video, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. So I want to give you just a general overview of what's going on, kind of the big picture as to why they're talking about the gas prices going back up again. Basically, OPEC, which is a cartel of 13 different companies and some more of their allies, it's called OPEC Plus, has decided to reduce the amount of oil that they're producing on a daily basis. Basically, right now in the world, we use about 100 million barrels of oil a day to produce the different things that we use oil for. Part of this is gasoline. And basically what's happened is the price of a barrel of oil has gone down from a high of about $120 per barrel 3 months ago, and it's back down to about $80 a barrel. So seeing that the actual money that these cartels are making, OPEC again, they are not happy with the fact that they're making only $80 a barrel now, so they've decided to cut production by about 2 million barrels a day so that they could get the price per barrel up and make some more money. So what does this mean for you and me when we go to the gas pumps? So before they decided to cut back on the amount of barrels they were doing a day, they were actually above what their quota was. So if we look at the big picture, our gas prices might go up slightly, but they are only going to probably go up about 15 to 30 cents a gallon, and that's about it. So we're not going to get to the outrageous amounts, hopefully, that we were paying a few months ago. I know in my area gas prices shot up to about $5.35 or $5.40 a gallon in different places, and I don't think, based on what I've heard, that it's going to get much worse like that, but it's going to go up a little bit. So what are a couple of things that you can do when you're out here doing food delivery to make sure that you minimize the amount that you're spending on gas when you're out here doing food delivery? I know that in my marketplace, when I get sent orders, most of the time when DoorDash, Uber Eats, or GrubHub sends me an order, the route that they want me to go on is, in their minds, typically about the quickest route I can go from point A to point B. They want me to get as quickly as I can from where I am to the restaurant, and then from where I am at that restaurant to deliver it to the customer. They're most concerned about the time. So what I do is, rather than using the in-app navigation, especially when I'm taking my longer deliveries, because I'll take deliveries 6, 7, 8, 10, 15 miles sometimes in my marketplace, because I know my marketplace. And when I take these longer distance deliveries, what I do is I open up Apple Maps or Google Maps, and the reason I do this is they give me a option. They give me either 1, 2, or typically 3 different routes I can take to get from where I am to where I'm going. So I can pick the one that is the shortest distance from where I am, and normally this will only add about a minute or two to my delivery, and the minute or two that they are speculating doesn't really think about the traffic that's out there. It doesn't think about the lights and how many times you have to stop. So I'm going to suggest that even though I pick the shortest miles, I can probably get there at about the same time if I want the quickest route that the apps wanted me to go in the first place. So when you're out here doing food delivery, take a look at Apple Maps and Google Maps and plot your way from where you are to where you want to go without relying on in-app navigation. The second thing I'm going to suggest is know your marketplace. And what do I mean by this? When I'm out in my marketplace, I know shortcuts. I know how to get from point A to point B in a lot of different places in my marketplace where I can get around the traffic. There is a ton of traffic in my marketplace all the time. It's even worse during the rush periods, which is early morning and lunchtime, and then especially at dinner time. There are some roads in my marketplace that are 3 or 4 lanes wide, and they are just packed with traffic, sometimes up to a half a mile long, and it can be really difficult to navigate in my marketplace. So what I've done personally is I know the back streets, I know the back roads, I know where to go, so I don't have to deal with all the traffic that is coming out there, because most of the traffic is going to be on the main road. So you should really learn your marketplace, and you should really understand how to navigate your marketplace at an intimate level, so you know where all the shortcuts are and you know how to get around sitting and waiting in traffic so much that it wastes your gas. The third and the final thing I want to recommend to you is be smart about buying gas in the first place. One of the things that you got to understand is the overall price of gas in an area is going to be about the same. However, there can be a couple of outliers, and you can actually get gas, 5, 10, 15, 20 cents cheaper at one particular gas station than you can at all the rest. So you have to know where these places are in your marketplace. And the way I personally do that is I use Gas Buddy here, which is an app that I just open up wherever I am, and it knows where your location is, and it shows you within, a certain area what the gas prices are in that area. So make sure that you get that app Gas Buddy and turn that thing on, and you can actually filter it to show you where the lowest price gas is from where you're sitting. And this can save you a lot of money at the pump, because you know exactly where to go to get the best price gas. Typically, when I open it up, it shows me anywhere from, a few hundred feet to about 2 miles from where I am. So even if I have to drive an additional mile to get to the lowest price gas station, I'm still saving money on my overall gas bill, enough to compensate for having to drive that mile instead of the pulling into the one right here that I'm going next to right now. So this can be really beneficial in you finding the cheapest gas in your marketplace if you have an app like Gas Buddy that'll show you what the prices are. So 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, there was a lot of videos coming out from us gig tubers asking, is food delivery something that we can still do with the higher gas prices? And I'm going to stick to what I said at that time, which is yes, you can still out there and get out there and make really good money. You can make enough profit to cover the extra, 10 or 15 cents or 30 cents a gallon that you're going to be paying. If I take a mile off of a delivery, I'm saving myself 30 to 50 cents by taking off that extra mile, which is why I suggested using the apps to figure out where to go instead of the in-app navigation. But if you can cut down on the amount of miles that you're driving when you're out here doing food delivery, that's going to save you more than what you're actually spending at the pump. So don't freak out, especially if there's a whole bunch of gig tubers coming out here with the question again that is asking, are we going to be able to afford to continue to do food delivery? Because in my opinion, we are. I can still make good enough money when I'm out here doing food delivery that I'm not fazed by an extra 15 or 30 cents at the gas pump. And this is something that I think that I can still do even at these higher prices. So, Keep your eye at the gas pumps, shorten your routes, know your marketplace so you can get through it and not make your car sit at stoplights waiting on traffic, and also get gas buddies so that you can get the best prices at the pumps in your area. And this will more than help you when you're out here doing food delivery, so that you're not going to lose money just because the gas prices go up. Would also like to remind you that down here in my description I have some great tools for you. The one I want to talk to you about today is my metric spreadsheet. If you want to get better out here at doing food delivery, it starts by keeping track of your numbers. I'm going to throw it up here on the screen real quick so y'all can check it out. If you look at the left-hand side, you'll see I always put my start time and my end time. This gives me the total time that I've worked. I also put in the miles. If you look to the right, I put the dollars that I've made, the time I worked, and the number of deliveries for each individual app. Go to the bottom and you'll see it calculates out what your average dollar per hour, dollar per mile, and your average per order. If you want to make the most money when you're out here doing food delivery, start keeping track of these numbers so you can see where you need to improve. I'd also like to ask you to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. Finally, I want to leave you with, if you want to get better at doing food delivery and you want to make the most money when you're out here, go check out my food delivery playlist here, and it'll teach you what you need to know to make that $25 to $30 an hour. I want to say I hope that you are out there getting the money that you and your family deserve. And with that, I want to say thanks.